In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment and like my videos and channel. Hello guys, welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is ServiceNow Knowledge Management Training, which will talk about knowledge management application in ServiceNow and its all latest features and configurations available till Orlando version. This training is recorded in Orlando version of ServiceNow. Topics to be covered in this training. We will start with overview of knowledge management. And then we will see enabling additional features of knowledge management. We will also learn about knowledge management components and features. Then we will talk about knowledge management implementation guide, in which we will talk about how exactly an implementer can follow the approach to implement knowledge management in ServiceNow for different clients and customers. Then we will see end-to-end creation of an article. We will also talk about knowledge management user guide, in which I will show you all the components and features practically in my personal developer instance. Then we will see knowledge guided setup. Guided setup is a functionality of ServiceNow to implement an application step by step. Similarly, ServiceNow also has guided setup for knowledge management application, where we can follow some steps, some procedures, and you can implement knowledge management successfully. And the last section would be around knowledge check. I will ask some questions and you can check yourself the whatever topics you have learned in this training, whether you are able to answer or not. Overview of knowledge management. Knowledge article. A starting overview with definition of knowledge article. A knowledge article is a record in a knowledge base that provides information to users. A knowledge article can be a policy, self-help tips, troubleshooting and resolution steps. Knowledge management. Knowledge management is the process of creating, sharing, using, and managing the knowledge and information of an organization. It enables organization to make best use of information which can improve the efficiency in different areas. Knowledge base. Knowledge base is a kind of bucket or grouping of articles as per the category of information for a specific department or team. As an example, IT knowledge base, HR knowledge base, security knowledge base. Different departments have their different knowledge bases as they have their own kind of information which is specific to their department. It is up to organization's decision how they keep knowledge bases. ServiceNow knowledge management. Knowledge management application in ServiceNow enables the sharing of information in knowledge bases. These knowledge bases contain articles that provide users with information. Let's see the features of knowledge management in ServiceNow. The first feature is integration with Service Portal. ServiceNow knowledge management is integrated with portal functionality of ServiceNow. Users can access a knowledge portal where they can search, browse, and view articles from their desktop or mobile. Next feature is knowledge demand insights, which improves self-service and case resolution by automatically identifying and visualizing knowledge gaps using machine learning and assigning gaps to authors for resolution. In-context knowledge creation, in which agents or professionals working on incident or customer service case can create articles directly from those incidents or cases related to the information mentioned in the record they are working. Knowledge feedback management. This feature allows knowledge authors to improve the quality of articles after getting feedback from different users, which is captured on the basis of rating and comments they provide on an article. Knowledge harvesting. In this feature, you can convert unstructured conversations into a structured knowledge article. Then we have article versioning. This feature helps authors and knowledge managers to manage different versions of article and track all the changes, which improves the governance of frequent changes of the article. Automated approvals. You can have workflow to process the knowledge articles till it gets published. These workflows also have approvals to add more control on knowledge articles. And then we have analytics and dashboard. You can create reports and dashboards to monitor knowledge base and article utilization, publishing timelines, article aging, user feedback, and knowledge gaps to fine-tune your knowledge base content and publishing processes. There are out-of-the-box dashboard and reports available for knowledge management. However, you can customize your own report or dashboard. Now, benefits of knowledge management. Knowledge management in ServiceNow increases user experience and satisfaction. Let me give you an example. If you are stuck with an error in an application and you thought of reaching out to support teams to get it fixed, which is a long process. Let's say the application support team has created an article to fix the same error of that application, which has some steps to be followed by end user. And you go to ServiceNow Knowledge and read the article and fix it yourself, which will overall increase your satisfaction rather than waiting for a response from different teams to get it fixed. Another benefit is promoting sharing of knowledge. If you will have a robust application for managing information, then all different teams of organization will opt to create knowledge articles in ServiceNow, which will enhance sharing of knowledge. Another benefit is that ServiceNow knowledge management increases organizations' efficiency as users' issues can be fixed quickly. And it will also encourage self-service rather than increasing the headcount of support teams. Knowledge application. ServiceNow provides an application to create, categorize, review, and approve articles. The name of the application is Knowledge. So this is the application, and its features are designed as per the standard knowledge management process. Storing of articles, configuration of articles, quality of articles, feedback of articles, all are managed in this application. Activate knowledge management. Knowledge management application is activated by default. It is part of ITSM suite provided by ServiceNow. You need to activate additional features of knowledge management via plugins. Plugins for additional features. There are additional plugins which can be used to enable additional features provided by ServiceNow knowledge management. It is up to organizations what feature they want to enable as per the process they have for knowledge management. First plugin is Knowledge Management Advanced Installer. Next is Knowledge Management Advanced. Then we have Predictive Intelligence for Knowledge Management. We have Knowledge Document plugin, Then we have knowledge management, external content integration. Then we have knowledge management, wiki support. And then we have performance analytics, content pack, knowledge management. We will see the features provided by these plugins in our next section. Roles. Knowledge management in ServiceNow has roles specific to the application to gain different level of access to the features of application. Let's talk about the roles related to knowledge management, which will provide access to the users of different functionalities if the role is assigned. First role is admin, which is a basic role of an administrator who can configure whole knowledge applications and modules, create or edit workflow, design knowledge forms, and any other changes needed as a developer or admin. Then we have knowledge role. Users with knowledge role can contribute to the default knowledge base and access the knowledge application menu. Then we have knowledge_manager. This role is assigned to knowledge managers who perform administrative functions for knowledge bases they manage, such as defining categories, approving changes to the articles. When you select a user as a knowledge manager in a knowledge base, then this role is automatically added to the user and same user get the access. Knowledge_admin. This role is added to knowledge administrators who can create new knowledge bases and manage all knowledge bases. Then we have knowledge_coach. This role is added to knowledge coaches who perform review of quality of articles based on surveys created via AQI, that is Article Quality Index. They can also write, edit, and review knowledge management articles. Knowledge coach provides coaching to the team to improve quality and focus on best practices. Then we have knowledge_domain_expert. This role is assigned to knowledge domain experts and have similar access to knowledge coach. However, they are responsible to keep a track of health of knowledge base. Knowledge_group_member. This role is assigned to knowledge group members who are part of an ownership group. They can edit and approve articles assigned to their groups. And last we have knowledge_group_manager. This is assigned to knowledge group managers who can add or remove members in ownership groups managed by them. Knowledge group managers are assigned feedback tasks by default. However, they can assign the task to other teams or individuals. Responsibilities. There are three major responsibilities and roles in knowledge management. Knowledge manager, who defines and manages the knowledge management process in any organization. Knowledge manager also manages day-to-day operations related to content publishing and usage. Then we have knowledge contributor, who creates or edits the knowledge articles for his team or other teams. And then we have knowledge user, who is the main end user and the person who would read the articles created by different authors. Knowledge management process flow. The knowledge article created in ServiceNow follows a process till it gets published. The high-level process for a knowledge article is created first. Then it goes for review and approval. Once it is approved, then it gets published. And then it is also retired. That is the last stage. where the same article is retired. You will learn later about end-to-end stages of a knowledge article. But these are high-level stages for an article, which is kind of a process flow for knowledge management. Enabling additional features. In this section, we will learn about the features provided by additional knowledge management plugins in ServiceNow. First plugin is Knowledge Management Advanced plugin. This plugin provides features like article versioning, article subscriptions, article quality index, article templates, ownership group, in-context article creation, and last is translation management. Next plugin is Predictive Intelligence for Knowledge Management. This plugin provides features like search for duplicates, article suggestion, identify knowledge gaps. This plugin can be used once predictive intelligence is also activated in your instance. Next is Knowledge Document. This plugin provides support to add managed documents in knowledge base. Managed document is another application provided by ServiceNow. Next plugin is Knowledge Management External Content Integration. This plugin enables integration and import of articles from another system. It also provides features for unified knowledge search results in source system. Next is Knowledge Management version 3. This plugin enables Knowledge Management v3, which has latest features of ServiceNow Knowledge Management. Before this, we had Knowledge Management v2. Then we have Performance Analytics Content Package Knowledge Management. This plugin enables capability for advanced analytics and reporting. This can be used once performance analytics is also activated in your instance. And then we have Knowledge Management Internationalization plugin v2. This plugin helps to create and maintain translations of an article in various languages. If you will activate internationalization plugins for any of the available languages, then this plugin will be activated automatically. As ServiceNow support languages, this will enable view and creation of articles in different world languages. Knowledge Management Components and Features. In this section, we will learn about all the components and features of knowledge management in ServiceNow in details. I will show you all those features and components in my personal developer instance in one of my sections. Let's start with Knowledge Application and its modules for knowledge management in ServiceNow. ServiceNow provides out-of-the-box application to manage knowledge articles and configure different features. Let's take a look. This is my personal developer instance. Go to Application Navigator and type Knowledge. You will see Knowledge Application if you have write access. Out of the box, this application is access to the users with knowledge role. Homepage is the first module of this application, which is accessible to all the users of ServiceNow instance. When you click on Homepage, It shows the knowledge homepage where users can search for the articles and read different articles accessible to them. Same homepage is also available under self-service. If you click on this knowledge module, you will see same homepage. The next section of modules is articles, which shows data related to knowledge articles. Starting with create new module, which will open new record of knowledge. So if you click on create new, you will see this new form. You need to fill the data in the available fields. And click on save to create the record. And this is how a knowledge record is created. Next module is import articles. This is used to import articles from Word documents and place them into a knowledge base. When you click on import articles, you will see this page for uploading files and import that file as an article. You can select the knowledge base and you can select the category and then click on browse files to upload the file from your local system. Then there are other modules which shows the list of articles with different stages like unpublished, published, retired, and all articles. Regardless of the stages, this will show you all the articles. Next module is open submissions, which is used to submit a request for the creation of an article if you don't have access to create the article. Click on open submissions and you will see list of submissions. It is my demo instance, so I don't have any record. Click on new button to submit a new request. You can fill the data and click on submit. The request can be assigned to a group or user, and these users can create articles directly from submission form by clicking on that create article button. Next section of module is feedback management, which shows the data related to feedback provided by article viewers and have modules to manage those feedbacks. The next section of module is administration, where you can configure and manage other features of knowledge management. Now, there are other modules which will be visible once you activate additional plugins. You can see those modules like article quality index, and then you also have ownership groups. So these are some modules which will be visible once you will activate some additional plugins. Another component of knowledge management is knowledge article. All knowledge articles are stored in knowledge table. The backend name of the table is KB_knowledge. And the numbering of knowledge records starts with KB. This is how knowledge form looks like. Let's see the fields of knowledge form. Starting with number field, which is showing unique number for every knowledge record. Then we have knowledge base, category, where you put the category of knowledge article. You have valid to field, which shows the retiring date of an article. Article gets automatically retired on the date mentioned by author in this field. Then we have article type. You can select two types of articles, HTML or wiki. Then we have workflow, which shows the state of article once created. Then we have source task. This field shows the referenced task record from which this article was created. Then we have attachment link. You can check this checkbox if you want article record as a link for an attachment. Display attachments. Check this box if you want users to see files attached in the article. Then you have short description. You can mention the title of the article by which users can recognize the content of the article. And the main field is article body, which is main field and contains main content of the article which has to be shown to the users. You can click on submit to create the article and click on search for duplicates if you want to see similar kind of articles with keywords mentioned in short description. Let's see the form and create an article. Click on create new in knowledge application. You will see new knowledge form. Select the knowledge base. Select the category. Provide any short description. And provide some data in article body. I'm just putting random data just for this demo. Click on submit. Article is created. Open the same record. And click on view article. This is the view which is displayed to the users to read the article. You can also create knowledge base records in knowledge management in a separate table. All knowledge bases are stored in knowledge base table. The backend name of the table is kb_knowledge_base. There is no numbering for knowledge base. It is identified with title of knowledge base. This is how knowledge base form looks like. Let's see the fields of knowledge base form. First field is title, which is the name of the knowledge base. The next field is article validity, in which you can mention number of days for which articles in knowledge base will be valid. In next field, you can upload any icon for the knowledge base. Then we have name of the application for which this knowledge base is being created. It is basically the scope. Then we have owner, in which you can select an owner of knowledge base. Managers, in this field you can select knowledge managers who can manage the knowledge base you are creating. Then you have publish workflow, in which you can select the workflow you want articles to follow for publishing. And then we have retire workflow, in which you can select the workflow you want articles to follow for retiring. You can select disable commenting field if you don't want users to comment on the articles. You can check disable suggesting field if you don't want to show suggest edit button on the article to the users. You can check disable category editing field if you don't want authors to edit category field. Active is for enable or disable the knowledge base. You can check enable social questions and answers if you want users to use social Q&A functionality for the knowledge base. Next is description, which you provide details about the knowledge base. You can also set default values when articles are created in the knowledge base. If values are mentioned, then articles will be created with auto-populated values selected in those fields mentioned in this section. Scoped knowledge bases. It is advised to create scoped knowledge bases to protect sensitive knowledge articles. Even ServiceNow admins cannot view those articles if created in scoped KB, that is knowledge base. We can also refer knowledge bases as KB. Let's see the form and create a knowledge base in my personal developer instance. You will find knowledge base under administration section. Click on knowledge bases. You will see list of existing knowledge bases. These are all out of the box knowledge bases. Click on new button. You will see the new knowledge base form. Provide the title. And you can provide the owner, which is a mandatory field. And then save the form. Knowledge base will be created. You will also see some messages that the user has been added with the roles. If you will add that owner here. As of now, it did not show that message. So let me just add any other user of the system. Maybe Winnie Rich. If I save this, that's what the message. So you can see it is showing that it has added that role automatically because you have added Winnie Rich in the owner field. If you go down, you will see some related list which are associated with the knowledge base. You can see created articles. You can see questions for Q&A, that is social Q&A. You can see access criteria where you can add for can read, you can add for can contribute. You can also see article templates that you can see some featured content. And then you have categories. Categories which you can create for this knowledge base. You can create articles directly by this new button. And you can also create categories by clicking on this new button. Knowledge categories. You can create categories and define in the article to organize the articles, which makes easy to look for the right type of articles for the end users. Let's take a look. Open any knowledge base record. So if I go to knowledge bases and if I open the same knowledge base record which we just created, and if I go at the bottom, you will see knowledge categories. As of now, there are no categories, but if I open any other knowledge base, maybe let's open this one, IT. You will see here a lot of different categories. Now, if you click any category, maybe you can expand this one, then you will see subcategories as well. Because categories can have parent and child relationship. So in this way, you can create categories in hierarchical structure. Now, to create a category, you have to click on this new button. You need to provide the label, maybe Linux. And then you can click on maybe submit. This way, category will be created and will be available to select when article will be created. Maybe if I click this button and if I click on new, then you will see that new category will be available to select. And if I go to IT, I think this is the one. Because we didn't create subcategory, we created a parent category. So we have that category here and I can select it and I can create the article for this category. User criteria. If you want to put access whether certain users or categories of users can access knowledge bases and knowledge articles and have read or write access, then user criteria is the functionality where you can define different category of users and apply for read and write access of the articles. You can add these users criteria at the knowledge base level. This is user criteria form. Let's see the fields of user criteria. The first field is name, where you can name your user criteria which you are creating. And you can create the user criteria on the basis of users, groups, roles, which you can mention in these fields. Active field is to enable or disable the criteria. You can also define the criteria on the basis of companies, locations, and departments of the users, which you also select in these fields. If match all is checked, then all the conditions should be met to provide the access. If you're not able to achieve the criteria with these fields, then you can select advanced checkbox, which will show a script field where you can mention custom condition. Now, filling these fields does not mean that user has access. You have to add this criteria in knowledge base, read and contribute related list to provide the access. Let's see the user criteria in the instance. Under administration of knowledge application, click on user criteria. You will see list of criteria created in the system. One thing to note here, that user criteria is not only for knowledge, but it is also for service catalog access as well. Click on new button. Provide a name. Select the fields as per your condition. So maybe we are just adding ourselves or maybe any other user. Maybe button, and I will remove this one. And then click on submit. User criteria is created. And you can add this user criteria in the knowledge base. So for that, you just go to knowledge bases. Click on any knowledge base where you want to add that criteria. Go to the related list. And here you can see this section, related list, can read and can contribute. Just click on edit. When you will click on edit, it will show you the slush bucket where it will show you all the criteria available in the system, and you can see your user criteria which you just created, it is available. And if you will select it and save it, this criteria will be added. That means this user, which is the part of the criteria, will have read access for the articles in this knowledge base. Next component is workflow. You can use workflow for process of publish and retire of the articles, in which automated approvals can be placed via workflow before publishing or retiring the articles. There are 4 out-of-the-box workflows. First workflow is knowledge approval publish. This is applied when article is requested for publish. It has one approval activity which requires approval from knowledge base manager. Once approved, article gets published automatically. Next workflow is knowledge approval retire. This is applied when article is requested for retiring. It also has one approval activity which requires approval from knowledge base manager. Once approved, article gets retired automatically. Then we have another set of workflow. One is knowledge instant publish. This is also applied when article is requested for publish. However, there is no approval activity and articles gets published automatically once requested by author. And another one is knowledge instant retire. This is also applied when article is requested for retire. However, there is no approval activity and article gets retired automatically once requested by author. You can also create your own custom workflow or edit these workflows as per your business requirement. Workflows can be selected in these two fields for publish and retire. If you update any other workflow in these fields, then all new articles will start following the activity and the process mentioned in the updated workflow. Open any knowledge base record. So this is the knowledge base record and you will see these two fields. You can go to the workflow editor. So there is a module for workflow. Just click on workflow editor and just search for the workflows which we just saw. Just type knowledge here and you will see all those workflows. You can see approval publish, approval retire. There are other workflows as you can see like approval ownership group as well. This one is enabled when you enable advanced plugin, which we will see later. Knowledge homepage. Knowledge homepage is an important feature of knowledge management. Knowledge homepage is a view in which users can search and read the articles as per the access they have in the knowledge base. This page has a drop down to select the knowledge base. Beside that, it has a search box in which you can search for knowledge articles in the selected knowledge base. You can also search in all knowledge bases if you have right access. On the right hand side, you will see two buttons, create article and post a question. The visibility of these buttons depend on the access you have. If you have a contributor access, then you will be able to see create an article button. Post a question will be available to all the users. In this section, it shows all the knowledge bases which you have access. As of now, I have logged in as an admin. That's the reason I'm able to see all the knowledge bases. You can select any one of them and look for the article in the list. At the very bottom, you will see three sections to filter the articles. Featured content. This will show the articles added in the featured content in the knowledge bases like announcement type of knowledge articles. Then you have most useful. This shows the articles which are mostly flagged as helpful to the users. And then we have most viewed. This shows the link for the articles which are mostly viewed by the users. Click on homepage in knowledge application. You will see knowledge homepage. You can search for the articles in this particular box. So if I type email and I press enter, I will be able to see the articles, the list of articles with the same email keyword. If I click on any article, I will be able to see that article, the content of that article as an end user. Knowledge portal. The knowledge management service portal is kind of similar to knowledge homepage. It is an advanced UI which enables users to view knowledge bases and articles, search for information, sort and filter search results, and provide feedback. At the right top, you can see your profile. Then at the top of the main page, you can see welcome message and search box. Then you have a button to ask a question. This button will show another button to create the article. In this section, you will see knowledge bases. Then you have same sections which you can see on home page, that is featured, most useful, and most viewed. You can also see the average ratings of the articles directly on this knowledge portal. In order to go to knowledge portal, I need to add /kb after ServiceNow domain. After our instance name, then ServiceNow domain, and I just press enter. When I press enter, I will be able to see knowledge portal. This is the search box in which you can search for the articles and view them. Just below the search box, you can see these counters, which shows the number of knowledge bases, number of articles, and number of Q&A. If I type here, maybe I type email again and press enter, it will search the articles relevant with the keyword I mentioned in the search box. I have these articles, and if I click on this article, I will be able to see the whole article content. And it is still showing me some other features. You can see here I have most useful articles as well. So that's how you can see articles in portal view. Article versioning. Article versioning is one of the great features of knowledge management, in which different versions of knowledge articles can be created, which is used to manage and track all updates of an article. When you enable article versioning with Knowledge Advanced plugin, then it enables two new buttons on knowledge record: recall button and checkout button. Recall is used when you want to edit your article after submitting it for approval. And by clicking recall, articles goes to draft stage again. Checkout is kind of similar to recall. However, it is visible when article is published and you to create new version or edit the article. List of versions. There is a related list for versions at the bottom of article, where you will see a list of versions created for that article. When user perform changes, these versions are created automatically by providing some numbering that you can see version 1.0, version 2.0. When you open an old version article, then it shows the message about the availability of updated version for the same article. You will also see workflow of the article as outdated when you see the old version article. You can also make an article in current version from old version by clicking this button, that is make this current. If you will click on this button, the current version will become the current article which you are seeing, where you are seeing this button. This article will be the current version which will be visible to the users. Versioning properties. There are some properties which can change the behavior of articles, specifically for versioning. First one is glide.nomen.versioning.enabled. This property is used to activate or deactivate versioning. Versioning gets enabled with advanced plugin. However, if you don't want to enable versioning, then you can disable it with this property. Next is glide.nomen.versioning.enable minor edits. This property allows knowledge contributor to edit some fields without creating versions. And the last property for versioning is glide.nomen.versioning.enable_edit_fields, which is related to the previous property. You can mention the fields which can be edited and will not create versions when they are updated. Version numbering. There is a specific way that how numbers are assigned to an article. When author creates an article, first time when you click on create new button, it creates first version as 0.01. That will be the numbering of version. Then it remains the same version when author edit the created article. That means it remains as 0.01. After editing, author submits the article to publish it. Now, in this case, 0.02 version gets created. Now, when author submits to publish the article, at the same time, when author recalls the article, it creates another version. That will be 0.03. Now, after making the change, author submits the article again for review, which creates 0.04 version. Once approver approves the article, that it creates 0.05 version. And once article is published, 1.0 version is created, which is the published version of that article. If author wants to perform some changes again and check out the article, then it creates 1.01 version. Author performs some changes and version remains the same. That means it still stays 1.01. Once author submits the article for review, it creates 1.02 version. Approver approves the article, which creates another version, and that is 1.03. And then article is published automatically after approval, and then it creates 2.0 version. So this is how numbering happens for ServiceNow knowledge management. When you create versions, when you enable version functionality, that's how versioning happens. Knowledge article states. The life cycle of a knowledge article has several states, which shows is its progress. There is a workflow field on knowledge form which shows the stage of an article. The out-of-the-box states in knowledge management are draft, which means article is newly created and not submitted for publish. Review, which means article is submitted for publish and ready to be reviewed. Scheduled for publish, which means article is approved and ready to be published on published date. Published, article is published and can be viewed by end users. Pending retirement, article is submitted for retirement and waiting for approval. Retired, article is retired and no more in use for end users. And the last one is outdated. New version is created for the article and the current article which you are viewing, that is outdated. Ownership groups. Ownership group is a feature in which you can define ownership of knowledge articles. ServiceNow has out-of-the-box module to manage these groups and membership. Ownership property. When ownership group feature is enabled with advanced plugin, it adds a field on knowledge form. You can also enable and disable this feature with the property that is called glide.nomen.ownership_group.enabled. When ownership group is enabled and you select the ownership on the article, then members of the ownership groups can edit, approve, publish, and retire the knowledge article even they don't have contribute access. And users who are not member of the group cannot edit articles even they have edit access. And I think it's a great feature of knowledge management. Knowledge article templates. Knowledge management in ServiceNow also provides a feature called article templates, which will allow authors to create articles in defined structure. Article templates have predefined fields structured in a specific order. And there is a module called article templates in knowledge application, which shows the list of templates, and you can also create new templates. Create new article with template. When at least one template is active, an author clicks on new button to create the article, then a different screen is displayed when author needs to select the template and create the article. And this is the screen which is displayed to select the article templates before creating the article. External content integration. You might get the requirement to integrate a lot of contents from external source or application. And ServiceNow Knowledge Management provides this feature in which you can integrate content from various external sources and enable unified knowledge search results in source application. Once it is enabled, you will also see two new modules to manage configuration of this integration. That is external knowledge sources and external knowledge jobs. External content integration feature can be enabled with knowledge management external content integration plugin. Feedback management. ServiceNow provides a feature to manage feedbacks gathered on the articles submitted by the users. Feedback management is also a module which is used to track feedback records. Automatic feedback management. When article is flagged, has low rating, or marked as not helpful, then a feedback task is generated. Users can access these tasks in these modules like my submitted tasks, my assigned task, and other tasks. You can see like my closed, all open tasks, and all closed tasks. If an ownership group is assigned to the article, the feedback task is assigned to the manager of the ownership group. The ownership group managers can reassign tasks to the another group member, or group members can assign a feedback task to themselves. If no ownership group is assigned to the article, the feedback task is assigned to the author or reviser of the article. The task assignee can update the article, create a new article, request additional feedback, or reassign the task and receives notification after the feedback is updated or resolved. Article feedback properties. There are some properties to control feedback management. You can find these properties in properties modules as well in knowledge application. First property is to enable creation of task when article is flagged. Second property is to enable task creation when article is marked as not helpful. And third one is to define number of ratings to create the feedback tasks. Knowledge-centered service configuration. Knowledge-centered service configuration is a method for the creation and continuous improvement of knowledge based on the experience of agents and patterns observed by knowledge reuse. ServiceNow Knowledge Management is a KCS version 6 verified product. It provides features like article quality index, creation of article from customer service case, creation of article from incident record, creation of article from HR case. Article quality index. There is a module in ServiceNow knowledge application called Article Quality Index, where you can manage quality of articles. The AQI helps maintain consistent quality of knowledge articles attached to a knowledge base, where articles are written by various authors. Users with knowledge admin roles creates a checklist to assess the quality of articles. Users can also assign a weight based on its importance to the quality measurement and then attaches the checklist to a knowledge base. The knowledge reviewer performs AQI review on knowledge articles attached to the knowledge base by answering true or false questions in the checklist. The article quality is then scored based on the collective weight of all answers. Translation management. Translation management allows you to manage translation tasks created for published articles. Knowledge articles are authored and published in various languages. As an administrator, you can configure the required languages for a knowledge base and ensure that users can create articles only in the configured languages. The translation management feature allows you to translate published knowledge articles that are missing translations manually, or use the machine translation option to automatically translate the knowledge article. It creates translation tasks automatically for the languages you have specified in the knowledge base. You can activate translation management with Knowledge Management Internationalization plugin. Knowledge reporting and dashboard. This is the final and last feature of knowledge management. In this feature, you will find out-of-the-box reporting and dashboards available in knowledge management. You can see this dashboard which shows the overview about the knowledge articles and feedback. You will find overview module in knowledge application which shows this dashboard. I will show you all these features practically in my personal developer instance in one of our section later.